This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Hello again and welcome, Rich Lerner, alongside my friend Frank Nobilo. We are at the home of golf, Scotland, the old course at St. Andrews. Frank, what are some of the distinctive features to this wonderful old course?
I think when you just sort of look at the bullet points, people are going to look at the shared greens and how huge they are and the pot bunkers, but it has the most famous par 4 in the world. That's the road hole. And of course it has the most famous bunker, which is the road hole bunker. You couldn't build it today, hit across the corner of a hotel and hit it to a green that's got a road behind it, but it works.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Now the 2013 PGA champion ready to go with his approach, Jason Dufner. This is a good-looking shot. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Second shot now for Keegan Bradley. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
It doesn't go in, you got to add another one to the scorecard.
And that's where the golf ball's just staring at you and mocking you and laughing at you.
You know deep down it's smiling too, don't you?
Birdie putt on the way for Bradley. And rolls it in. Nice putt. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course, but the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
Nicely played onto the fairway here at the second hole.
Second shot.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Looks like he just misread that. Dufner's been solid all day. This one again for par. And so just getting started, even par so far. Locked in on the read and the speed. Bottom of the barrel, and now to 2 under. On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in a kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the old course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball is a bit down in the rough, 135 yards away. Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie. That was a good run at it, Rich.
This would give him a big momentum boost. Birdie putt for Keegan Bradley. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
And getting ready for the putt. Still playing even for the day after the par. Par bid here. So 2 under early on. At the 4th hole now, and Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is 2 ways to play the 4th off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St. Andrews.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. And it is not looking like a good lie. The second shot now to the par 4. Get down. Lay down. Well, that one didn't work out. It didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
And setting up here in the rough. Good looking shot right here. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players. The ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. And he's set up for his 3rd shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Bradley has this one for par. Oh, you can see the frustration. Almost kicked his putter head right there with a drop shot here at the 4th. Settles in over the putt. Solid par for Dufner. Now at 1 under for the round. Chance here at the par 5 5th, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The 5th hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up.
Frank, this one's headed way right.
And rough trees, all sorts of problems on that right side.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, out of the rough, best to swing a little bit easier or get after it with all you have?
Well, a little bit in between. Obviously, it's going to require a little bit of strength to make sure that club keeps going through, but it's still the planning of the shot. Once again, check short. Is there anything I have to carry? And even remember, there's always the option of just simply pitching the ball down the fairway and taking your medicine.
And now the second shot here at this par 5.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Frank, how good was that just to get it on the green?
Well, from that shot there, you would have thought for sure that there was no chance he had of finding the green. That was some shot.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Jason Dufner with a birdie bid. Wow, I thought that was in. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Did the job right there. Clean this up with a tap. Still even par for the day. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Jason Dufner getting set for his second shot. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Dufner's such a regular guy. He's not the guy with the fancy pants, all belt buckle and no belly. This is the guy who skips the 500 crunches before breakfast and heads right for the bacon and eggs, and then backs it up with 68, something like that.
One of the best players tee to green that I've seen over the last 25 years. When you talk about efficiency, you get more miles to the gallon out of Dufner than you get out of a hybrid.
Ooh, that hurts. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. Bradley with a birdie opportunity.
That's the cruelest thing about this game, Rich. I mean, it's another shot.
So just a formality here. One over for the day. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Nice par to remain 1 under. Over the ball here at the 7th. And Frank, if you had to script a game plan here, what would it look like?
You could drive this pretty close to the green. This is a green that's shared with the 11th, the par 3. And so you won't see that tee shot finish, but you can actually drive very, very close to a bunker called the Shell, which is the one that protects the par 3 11th.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through.
Second shot. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
And getting ready for the putt.
That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there. A birdie putt for Keegan Bradley. Now 2 to the good side. Drops for a par. Par 3 8th hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, why is it so difficult to get the ball close here?
Well, there's the bunker on the left side. There's a little bit of a downslope there. This is the first par 3 that you'll play. And it's just tough to judge that distance perception. You've really got to be accurate on your yardage here.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. We are dead on 200 yards away. Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. And he's putting for par now. Oh, I thought he had that. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. So, 2 over par for the round. has the birdie and moves to 3 under par. Always so important to finish your first 9 holes on a positive note here at the Open Championship.
Yeah, the 9th hole, this is the most extreme part, furthest away from the clubhouse, in the middle of the loop here. A good drive, though, that avoids those bunkers has every chance of finding this par 4 with your tee shot.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Well, that sets up well for a chance at the green here at the 9th. Getting set for another approach, our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Settles in over the putt. Frank, just a surgical touch out there.
And the scorecard reflects yet another birdie.
Now a birdie bid for Jason Dufner. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Now at the 10th, and Bobby Jones loved this hole, didn't he?
And that's why it's been renamed Bobby Jones. Drivable for a lot of the players, but if you're going to have a crack at this green, avoid the gorse down the left side, as well as the 2 pot bunkers that are in line with the right side of this green. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Really good play off the tee. That's about 300 yards and in the fairway. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. And you can't hide the flag stick from that man.
He is just unbelievable, that never deviated offline.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Shouldn't be a problem here.
It doesn't go in, you got to add another one to the scorecard.
And that's where the golf ball's just staring at you and
yeah.
mocking you and laughing at you.
You know deep down it's smiling too, don't you?
Just 5 feet left. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Down to the par 3 11th, and Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And, of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. This one has a good line. Oh, he's gonna love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Good roll, solid. That's a par. Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up.
Ah, nice.
Looks good. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Good looking shot right here. Well, that's what separates the good players from the great players, the ability to get it that close from that kind of lie. Jason Dufner getting set for his second shot. Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Going to take some skill now.
He'll need to be strong with this.
Really. This is that awkward length.
just has the feel today. See if Bradley can make up some ground here. This one's for birdie. So with that make, now at 7 under par. Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other two up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. Left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. In the fairway here at the 13th. The second shot now to the par 4.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here.
Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green and instead opted for fairway. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there.
These putts keep the round together. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
And that's a par for Jason Dufner, the 2013 PGA champion. This would give him a bogey. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your third shot to 14.
That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble. Normally you'd say that's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
And setting up here in the rough. Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Third shot, Keegan Bradley. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This is a par attempt for Jason Dufner. Just trying to keep this round on track. Has that putt, stays at 1 over. Settles in over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot, because this is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play. But if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that. Oh, I liked that.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Locked in on the read and the speed. moves to -8. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Sixteenth hole is a par 4 here at the Old Course. Frank, with another one of those sort of funky features.
Yes, a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose, plus that out of bounds on the right. So really err on the side of caution, avoiding both the out of bounds and the Principal's Nose. Nothing wrong with going a little bit left here, but the further left you go, then it makes that second shot that much harder because you'll have to bring it across that little pot bunker in the front called the Wig. There's out of bounds over there.
He needs to get lucky. Frank, this is always such a difficult spot for a golfer. You just hit one out of bounds, you're trying to regroup.
He's going to need to more than regroup now.
Now on his third shot after being penalized for going out of bounds.
Yeah, tough break really, Rich, on that last shot. It just got away from him.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Good-looking shot right here. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself that it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. In the words of the legendary basketball announcer Marv Albert, from way downtown, yes! Boy, those will knock the wind out of your sails. Double bogey. Frank, this really is an amazing hole, the road hole, 17 at the Old Course.
Yeah, the biggest problem really is the tee shot right in front of you. How brave are you? How much can you take it over the corner of that clubhouse? You'll see a sign in front of you, the Old Course Hotel. Ideally, you want to take it over the U in course, and that should find the center of the fairway. You go a little further right of that, then you better hit it long.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
He'll need to be strong with this. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Dufner, all about consistency, all about making these par putts. Drops it, and he's at even par. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, is there a more famous landmark in the sport than the tiny Swoken Bridge?
I think when you think of this game, the way in which we've followed it and covered it, Rich, over the last decade plus, no. It is just symbolic, not just with this golf course, but the game of golf itself, because every great champion has managed to make his foray across to Scotland and play the old course and walk across that bridge. Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that? Oh, that's fine.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
A familiar waggle of Jason Dufner getting set for the approach. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie. Second shot, good look at the green.
It's no snack though.
Well, that's how you keep a round going, make putts just like that. 14 feet to the hole. And he's putting for par now.
Even par currently.
So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 16th hole seems to have really put him back a step or two. He's just not playing the same kind of golf we're accustomed to seeing.